Hi there, Z here, and show of hands, does anybody here like those build your own civilization strategy games? I know when I was younger, man, I friggin' loved those games. Way back before, I started liking survival games and more MOBA games than anybody could possibly imagine, and each one just got worse and worse and worse because you played one MOBA game, you played them all, because each one is just a new thing, just in a different cover. Oh, guess what? One of our people, he grabs somebody and he brings them back to the group for everyone to kill him. It's such an original idea! Anywho, like I was trying to say, played a lot of those games, played a crap ton of them back in the day. I played a lot of the Caesar games, a lot of the Settler games, and of course played a lot of the Sim City games, because if you like those type of games, those were the perfect ones to go to. But they were always missing a little something, just a little something personal. I don't know what it is. It's a crippling depression, right? Complete isolation, and of course a ton of death. I'm taking that last one back, because it was a ton of death. Most of it was perpetrated by me, because I was just bored, and I was trying to have a laugh, and it just felt good killing that many people for no particular reason, right? Right. I don't like where this is going. Let's keep that last part between you and me. I'm taking way too much medication to be going with. But I have found a game recently, a game that really makes you feel sad for the stuff that you do to the people that you're with here. You actually feel bad for them. I mean, I should say more sad, because sadness is a disease that is instilled in us at birth, and the only antidote to that disease is death. Horrible, lonely death. Hey, no, but FrostPunk. Enjoy the review of the of FrostPunk, and keep happy thoughts, guys. Happy thoughts.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight.
So, to start out the game, there is an introductory cutscene that tells you how we got to where we are. And I'm not sitting through a full 3 minutes, and I'm not going to burn 3 minutes of my video doing this, so fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, boo, death, destruction, depression, and here we go. Now, what you needed to kind of collect in those times that I was fast-forwarding there is that you're from London, it started snowing, it never stopped snowing, so you guys had to pack up and go to a warmer climate, which is weird, because, yeah, that happens in South Dakota every single year, and you don't see me uplifting and going to California. Frankly, because I'd rather freeze my ass up here than deal with that hellhole of a street! Anywho, it's a strategy game. You see that large phallic object? That is a massive heater that warms all of the buildings surrounding it. You see these things? Those are resources that you have to collect to try to survive as long as you can. Yes, this whole thing sounds pretty familiar, correct? What makes this game so much better than any of the other building strategy games out there? Because this game has so many different factors to it. Not only do you have to make sure every civilian is fed well, has a house that actually keeps in heat, has entertainment, and everything else a regular human would need to, survive a frozen hellscape. But you also need to be sure that you find alternate resources when your very limited resources run out, because that's exactly what they are. Very, very limited. So let's say you build a few houses, maybe a brothel, maybe a bar, then, ran out of absolutely everything. Now we have no more coal to heat the entire furnace. We have no more wood to build anything else. Looks like we're all going to die a slow and cold death. Everyone get to the brothel and make your final wishes come true. But you can also declare laws and doctrines that mold your civilization in different ways. Let's just take these for example. Let's say one of your workers gets frostbite because, I don't know, they got glitched out in the middle of fucking nowhere and they refuse to come inside at night when it gets negative 80 degrees. Will you try to keep them happy and bedridden? Feeding them double portions so they can enjoy the very last of their life in peace? Or would you just chop off the limb, patch up the spot, give them an axe, and slap them on the butt as they limp their way back to the salt mines? What about the children? Let's think about the children. Will you put them in bunkers that have a whole bunch of heat and give them books and give them food and make sure that they develop a healthy mind and a healthy body so they can probably think of a way out of this hell that we are in right now? Or will you just let them go and look through a sharp metal pile with their dainty hands to bring back some useful pieces of steel? I mean, that's an easy question. There is no free rides in this civilization, Junior. I hope you got in your tetanus shot because the cold really makes the cuts hurt more. But this really is what makes the game. Yeah, keeping up materials and food for a growing population is difficult, but manageable. And sure, there are laws and doctrines incorporated in other games that are similar to this, but this game is so much more fast-paced, with random events happening every so often of people bitching and complaining, like, oh, it's too cold in here, where's all the heat? Oh, I'm so hungry, I haven't eaten in days, where's the food? Oh, there's nowhere to bury my dead parents, they're still sitting out on the couch in the living room. And with very limited resources to help fix all of these complaints, they'll start getting really mad really fast. And at first it starts off with very simple things like food shortages, maybe we'll need some coal, so we build more things to get coal, and then we need more food, get some more hunter lodges. And at first it starts off with regular shortage problems, sometimes you need coal, so you get more coal mines going, and you need more food, so you build more hunt lodges, and things just kind of work its way out. And then a group of people hate your guts so much, and they try to convince everyone to leave and die in the middle of nowhere before destroying your entire base. Okay. Alright then, this looks like it took a turn for the worse. Now it's time to either be authoritarian society and squash every single insurrection with a firm slap to the back of the head with a fucking baton, or maybe you could just tell everyone that Jesus loves them and win them over that way. I mean, there'll still be some minor beatdowns. I mean, you can't just have no beatdowns whatsoever, but we'll make it in the name of the Lord, okay? Praise be upon him. And if the complaining gets too high and the discontent reaches its max, then there's a revolution and boom, you lose! You are banished to the middle of nowhere while the society slowly dies with the last spark of a thrashing humanity snuffed out in 15 feet of snow and dead bodies. Congratulations. Your time has come. Banishing him won't save us, but it's a relief. I'm glad I never have to see him again. Oh, good. Lucky bastard, he'll die quickly. I got banished. Fantastic. I did my best. Your best don't do shit against the freezing temperatures, bro. I know you're saying that to yourself while you're crawling up and pretending like that warm feeling of isn't frickin' your body completely shutting down because you're dying of the cold. I know that's what you're going to be telling yourself, but you didn't. I know you didn't, because I am you. And I know I did garbage, okay? So thanks for trying to make me feel better, game. You fucking suck. You suck! I'll try it again. Now this review is going to be pretty short compared to some of my other ones, simply because I wasn't even planning on making a review of this game. It was only $30, and I noticed that there was a trailer, noted that it was recently released, and I thought, you know what, maybe I could just play this, and if it's good enough, I could nonchalantly mention it in one of my reviews, or an unscripted, review or something like that. But to be honest, it's a fantastic game. I actually like this game a lot, and I would like to also tell everybody I only played 4 hours of it. I got fairly far in those 4 hours, but obviously I didn't finish the game yet. So maybe you should just take everything I said with a grain of salt. But everything that I said is going to say, let's go do this. There's some stuff I didn't even talk to you guys about. You could scout around to random locations and grab certain materials. There are massive things that happen. There's people who fucking bitch, and if you don't do it, then their hope goes all the way down or their hope goes all the way up. You can pretend to be a god king. It's fantastic. It's a great game, and from what it looks like, I didn't do too much research on it, but I think these people also said that they were going to continue putting updates to this. Now, whether that means, expansion packs, or if they're just going to do it for free, who knows? I'd buy the expansion pack. I can't imagine it being very much if the entire game was $30. And the entire thing was actually made by 11-Bit Studio, who actually made this War of Mine, which is another very, very favorite game of mine. Of course, they also made Beat Cop, which is also complete garbage, so tit for tat. I guess you just gotta take my word for it. Take it easy, guys.